Welcome to Plot Loop, the home of pure adrenaline. 2025 didn't just release action movies. It launched a new era of cinematic chaos, bigger stunts, tighter choreography, smarter storytelling, and action sequences that punch through the screen. If you want the movies that actually deliver, here are the top 10 action movies of 2025 you need to watch right now. 10. Den of Thieves 2. Pantera. Den of Thieves 2. Pantera takes the gritty heist formula to a global scale as Donnie, played by O'Shea Jackson Jr., gets dragged into an elite European diamond heist called Pantera, orchestrated by master criminals far more ruthless than anything he faced before. Meanwhile, Gerard Butler returns as Big Nick, crossing continents and bending every rule in pursuit of his longtime target. London becomes the battleground for tense stakeouts, brutal fistfights, and explosive shootouts as both men collide again and again in a cat-and-mouse chase loaded with betrayal, traps, and raw aggression. The film embraces its macho energy, embraces its gritty tone, and delivers polished action sequences that escalate throughout. Although it leans into familiar heist tropes, the ferocity of Nick and Donnie's rivalry and the sleek European setting make this sequel a thrilling, satisfying continuation that fans of the original will absolutely enjoy. 9. Novocaine. Novocaine leans into wild creativity with Jack Quaid, starring as a lonely, awkward man with a rare condition that makes him completely immune to pain. A harmless quirk until he accidentally witnesses a violent crime and becomes the prime target of multiple gangs who want him dead. His condition turns him into an unpredictable, unstoppable force, barreling through walls, surviving brutal beatdowns, and stumbling into chaotic encounters without ever slowing down. What follows is a roller coaster of slapstick destruction, reckless chases, and off-the-rails action scenes that blend physical comedy with explosive energy. Quaid's quirky charm drives the film as he transforms from a harmless nobody into a human wrecking ball without even trying. While the story is simple and not particularly groundbreaking, the inventive action, set pieces, comedic timing, and the film's unapologetically chaotic tone make Novocaine one of the most entertaining action comedies of 2025. 8. Warfare. Based on real-life Navy SEAL Mendez's experiences, Warfare plunges viewers straight into Ramadi, Iraq, on November 19, 2006. With no warm-up, no lengthy backstory, and no time to breathe. The story unfolds in raw real time as a surveillance mission spirals out of control, trapping a SEAL team in a nightmarish maze of urban warfare where every corner hides another threat. The film's intensity comes from its commitment to realism. Muddy streets, claustrophobic ambushes, malfunctioning equipment, and the growing panic of survival as communications break down. There are no superheroes here, just exhausted soldiers trying to outthink and outrun chaos as the mission collapses around them. While the film offers limited character development, its immersive sound design, grounded firefights, and relentless tension make it one of the most visceral, unfiltered war movies of the year, the kind that puts you directly in the line of fire and keeps you there. 7. Heads of State. Heads of State throws political titles out the window and dives headfirst into outrageous action as Idris Elba's British Prime Minister and John Cena's American President are forced into an uneasy alliance after their aircraft is shot down mid-flight. Stranded in hostile territory with assassins hunting them across Europe, the two leaders must navigate bomb-laced hideouts, high-speed chases, improvised combat, and a constant barrage of danger, all while bickering, arguing, and landing joke after joke. The film clearly embraces the buddy action comedy formula, playing into Elba's cool intensity and Cena's loud, chaotic energy, creating a perfect comedic clash that carries the film from one explosive set piece to another. It's not meant to be politically accurate. It's meant to be fun, fast, and outrageous, and it succeeds with stylish action scenes, ridiculous global stakes, and charismatic performances that make it an ideal feel-good popcorn spectacle. 6. The Accountant 2. The Accountant 2 sharpens its focus on character and conflict as Ben Affleck returns as Christian Wolf, the socially distant but deadly accountant whose mathematical genius pairs with lethal combat skills. When Ray King is assassinated, Christian and analyst Mary Beth Medina turn to Braxton, Christian's violent yet fiercely loyal brother, to unravel a major conspiracy tying financial corruption to an underground human trafficking network. The movie deepens the brothers' complicated relationship, blending emotional tension with explosive confrontations as they navigate assassins, hidden agendas, and shadowy organizations. With cleaner choreography, tighter shootouts, and a more mature storyline than the first film, the sequel raises the stakes while maintaining the cold, calculated tone fans loved. While it still uses some familiar thriller tropes, the strong performances from Affleck and Bernthal and the film's sharper pacing make it a stylish, gripping sequel that expands the world and delivers satisfying action. 5. A Working Man. A Working Man features Jason Statham in peak form as Levon Cade, a former Black Ops operative who traded missions and bullets for construction boots and a quiet life, until criminals kidnap his boss's daughter, forcing him back into a bloody world of violence and corruption. The film blends gritty street brawls, close quarters fights, and explosive confrontations as Levon tears through criminal networks while uncovering a deeper, dirtier conspiracy beneath the city's surface. The working-class themes, blue-collar settings, and grounded brutality give the film a raw realism, and Statham's intense screen presence makes every punch feel personal. Although the story follows a familiar revenge blueprint and the pacing stumbles at times, the film's heavy atmosphere, persistent tension, and brutal action sequences make it a tough, engaging, and satisfying thriller for fans of classic Statham-style vengeance. 4. Nobody 2. In Nobody 2, Bob Odenkirk returns as Hutch Mansell, trying and failing to enjoy a peaceful family getaway in the small town of Plummerville. When local criminals accidentally cross paths with Hutch, they trigger a tidal wave of mayhem that pulls the entire town into chaos. Hutch switches from calm dad mode to deadly warrior mode as he battles gangs, corrupt officials, and a ruthless crime leader who threatens his family. The film doubles down on brutal hand-to-hand combat, improvised weapons, gritty chases, and Hutch's unpredictable mix of awkward charm and lethal precision. Christopher Lloyd returns with even more wild moments, joined by new cast members who elevate the action and comedy. While it may not match the originality of the first film, the sequel delivers relentless violence, raw emotional stakes, and the kind of gritty, inventive action that made Hutch a breakout action icon. 3. The Gorge. The Gorge is a sweeping, genre-blending sci-fi thriller that pairs Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy as highly trained shooters stationed at opposite ends of a strange valley, hiding a secret that could reshape everything. Their duty is simple: protect the valley's dark mystery at all costs. But as they spend months communicating across the gorge, a deep, emotional bond grows, right as the danger beneath them begins to awaken. The film mixes psychological tension, romance, horror, sci-fi world-building, and explosive action, creating a cinematic experience that feels unpredictable and haunting. With massive visual scale, atmospheric cinematography, and a mesmerizing score from Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, the movie stands out as one of 2025's most daring and visually striking releases. Its unusual pacing and genre jumps won't appeal to everyone, but for viewers who love big ideas, eerie mysteries, and emotionally charged action, The Gorge is unforgettable. 2. Mission: Impossible. The Final Reckoning. The legendary franchise reaches its climactic finale as Ethan Hunt faces a threat unlike anything before. The Entity, a rogue intelligence capable of manipulating global systems to ignite political collapse. With the world turning on itself, Ethan and the IMF must race through deserts, frozen landscapes, collapsing cities, and enemy strongholds in a desperate attempt to stop a technological apocalypse. Real stunt work remains at the heart of the film, with heart-stopping sequences that push the boundaries of what's physically possible and emotionally meaningful. The story is heavier, more personal, and more emotional, exploring Ethan's sacrifices and the cost of a lifetime spent saving the world. While the pacing slows at times, the massive set pieces, practical stunt insanity, and emotional finality make this a powerful send-off to one of cinema's greatest action heroes. 1. Ballerina set. Between John Wick, Chapter 3 and Chapter 4, Ballerina follows Eve Macaro, a ballet-trained assassin raised in the harsh Ruska Roma underworld. as she embarks on a deadly revenge mission after her father is murdered by a powerful organization led by the Chancellor. The film blends elegance and brutality with stunning choreography, neon-soaked visuals, and inventive fights that match the Wick franchise's signature style. Ana de Armas delivers a fierce, magnetic performance, balancing emotional vulnerability with cold, precise violence. Appearances from franchise icons like Winston and John Wick tie the story seamlessly into the larger universe, expanding the mythology while giving Eve her own unforgettable arc. The plot is simpler than its action, but the beautifully shot combat sequences, immersive world building, and gripping atmosphere make Ballerina one of the standout action films of 2025 and a must-watch for fans craving stylish, assassin-driven chaos. Thanks for watching, and remember, the next great action movie might already be on the horizon.